United States, we massacre and torture billions of animals a
If
year.
you read The Diet Revolution, it's a harrowing tale because he describes all that in great detail.
Billions.
Yeah, well, it's not
horrific.
just...
It's absolutely horrific. I'm ashamed to be an American sometimes. It's just horrific.
Yeah, but it's not your karma. You're not treating them badly.
Well, I'm living here.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're
isn't-
not treating them badly yourself.
Well,
No, you're not.
if
Are
you're
you?
not
Are you
just-
treating animals badly
but
yourself?
no action is compliance. So if I'm not defending
No,
or
that's
out there
not
trying
true.
to help
That is
animal
not
rights,
true.
then I'm
That is not true.
Compliance.
You are acting. What do you mean no action is compliance? You realize that for every
I
pound
think
of
you have to
beef,
be an
listen to
activist.
me,
Okay.
for every pound of beef you do not eat and you replace that with a pound of rice,
Yeah. Okay.
you're saving 1,800 gallons of water for every pound.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, I understand now.
Furthermore,
Yeah.
if you're macrobiotic, you don't use perfumes. You don't use all this crud that needs to be
I
in a
put on a
section.
little perfume today. Oh my gosh.
So you, no, you stop doing all that
I was
stuff.
just browsing
So
around in
you're
the store and I
lifting
said,
the-
oh, this looks good.
You're lifting the burden off the animal
Yeah.
kingdom by the way we live. So you are being non-compliant to the animal.
Yes.
Here's the thing though, Cora. So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, aren't we members of a? Don't you have your individual karma and you also have your group karma? So
Right,
as human
yeah, so-
beings, we're
Well,
all
sure, but
responsible.
see, I wasn't talking about group karma. We definitely have group karma. We
Yeah.
have social karma and we have world karma.
Okay, so we are as human beings, we're all responsible for what happens in
Right,
the world.
and so we all have a responsibility as we are human beings in this world today to treat animals if we have them kindly, right?
But
Now,
That's one of my biggest grief. When I see a film about factory farming or I
but you know what my
It's something
biggest
just
grief
do
is?
this.
Seeing domestic pets.
I was just going to say that's one of the
My
worst things
biggest
too is
grief is seeing
domestication.
domesticated pets.
oh
It's cruel.
Mine too.
Right,
It's cruel.
Yeah.
Cruelty
that's
to
why I
animals.
won't have a pet.
yeah.
If I am gonna have a pet, I'm gonna have, like we did on the ranch, 50,000 acres for them to roam around to do what the hell they
Around,
want.
yeah.
Right.
I feel very, very depressed and sad when I see domesticated animals.
Well, but I mean, if we didn't adopt them, some of them they would be they'd be killed in their
Yeah,
shelters.
but I just,
They'd
you see
be
that
Better
we
off
need to
not
get a
as
totally
domestic.
different relationship to animals than we have right now. Right now, it's really sentimental, it's really egotistical,
Mm.
and a lot of times animals are substitutes for our own spiritual development. They really are. You know, they
Yeah.
really are. So, I am very much a lover of animals, but I'm like Bob Dylan. Let dogs run free. So, and I love them. I mean, I love seeing them in the bush. I love seeing them in the wild. They really are very, very, they are very uplifting when we're walking and going hiking and we see deer and
Yeah.
quail and coyotes and wolves and bear. I think it's great. And the mountain lions. And we see them when we're hiking in the wild.
In Nevada,
Yeah. And bears.
Mount Rose. Are you near Mount Rose? Or?
We climbed Mount Rose. We went all the way up there. We got up there and at 70 miles an hour wind. We didn't stay
Wow.
there very long.
I've been up there.
Yeah, it was 60 miles gusting up to 70 miles.
The
we
other
got up
day?
there.
Just a few days ago,
No, this was about
Oh.
2 years ago.
because we had big winds here in Berkeley. Was it last week? Friday, Saturday.
Right, so our karmic compensation for the animal kingdom, for our mistreatment of them, is we have to treat them kindly. And you know, I'm kind of confused right now because through all my studies, I've been studying Steiner for 30 years plus. And I'd come to what I thought was the understanding that was correct, that the animal kingdom are another spiritual hierarchy below us, and then the plant kingdom below that, and then the mineral kingdom below that. And the mineral kingdom is a spiritual hierarchy, even though they're only their physical bodies are here in the form of, you know, rocks and stones and soil and you know, muram and granite and calcium carbonate and whatnot. And I thought that we are the only spiritual hierarchy, the human being, the only spiritual hierarchy to live through its human stage in the physical body. And that when we move to the next incarnation of the earth, which is called Jupiter, that the animal kingdom would be going through their human stage of phase of evolution, and that we would be the angels to
The animals.
the animals. And then when we got to the next phase, the Venus phase, which is after Jupiter, the plant kingdom would go through their human evolution stage. And we would be the archangels to them, because we're all rising, if we don't fall back. I mean, this is a choice. We can just decide not to even participate in this and just go to the spiritual abyss if we want. Because he does make very clear that over the course of time, there will only be two kinds of human beings. There will be the evil race and there will be the good race. And you will be able to tell the evil race because they will have a mark on their foreheads.
The evil ones will, or the others?
The evil ones will have a mark on their forehead.
Sounds like Harry Potter or something. But he had that X on his forehead or something, but he wasn't evil, was he? He was a good guy.
It's like Charles
This will
Manson.
be a mark. Anyway,
Charles Manson.
so the point is people will have a choice to choose to either go with the good path, the white path, the white magical path, or the black magical path. And that's a choice that everybody will have to make. And right now, we've already seen the beginnings of that, because he makes it clear that toward the end of the 21st century, 20th century and the beginning of the 21st, people's moral disposition will become evident in the physiognomy of their face. And that is definitely happening. You can definitely see that. That people's immorality, their deceitfulness and their manipulation and so forth and so on is very evident, especially in government officials.
I'm telling
It really is.
you. God.
It is so evident. Psychopaths and sociopaths. Anyway, so but I was just reading a lecture series, which I'm just studying right now, in addition to all the other ones, and he says there that the human kingdom, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the mineral kingdom are all one hierarchy. And you see, that doesn't make sense to me, because I've read elsewhere in him that he says the plant kingdom has an ego, and it has one ego. The whole plant kingdom has one ego, and it's located at the center of the earth. On the other hand, every single mineral, the periodic table of elements, I think that 100-something elements, each of one has their own ego. And that ego is located in the starry realm. So I'm kind of just sort of, I'm like this about it. I'm just, okay, we'll just wait and see. And see because the thing of what I've noticed about Steiner is he underwent spiritual development. It wasn't like he had got it all together and he was just laying it out as it is. He was spiritually developing himself. So you can tell that when he gives a lecture, like in 1909, that he has developed spiritually if you read something on a similar subject matter in 1922. So it may be that that's what he knew then when that lecture series was given in 1909 that I'm talking about, where he says the four kingdoms of one kingdom of four kingdoms of one hierarchy. He may have learned differently as he developed himself spiritually. So I'm just leaving that up in the air right now. I'm not making any commitment one way or the other. Because it appeals to me emotionally, or should we say, on a feeling level, that I would be able to pay my recompense to the animal kingdom through being angelic to them in the next phase of Earth evolution. Because we do owe a great deal to them. And so that's our karmic relationship to the animal kingdom. And it's very important to know that, because it goes into real deep mysteries of how evolution proceeded in terms of ours in relationship to the animal evolution and the plant. We haven't got to the plant yet. But the interesting thing about the plant kingdom is that every plant in existence is a metamorphosis of one original primal plant. That's why there's only one ego of the plant kingdom. And Goethe actually elaborated that. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe was more well known for his play Faustus. And but he was a scientist as well as a politician and a statesman, as well as a poet and a playwright. So he was an incredible guy, in fact, an incredible man. So let's see if I can just glean anything else to finish up with here from this chapter. That's only one chapter in this whole book that I've gone through.
So can we maintain contact with spirits, with people that
Yeah,
die?
you want to know how to do that?
Yeah.
All right. There are spirits of the dead that have passed through the gate of death and are on their way between death and rebirth. 2 ways you can contact them. Number 1, if you have a problem, a serious problem which you cannot solve, that's really, as we say in the vernacular, bugging you big time.
Yeah.
What